Hello everybody, a very good morning to you all and welcome back to another live stream here at Taurex and at Moss. It's very good to have you all here with me on this Tuesday morning where we go through some of the best trade ideas of the week. Apologies I wasn't streaming yesterday, but I was flying back from a really fantastic Atmos event in Bangkok, and it was really successful, and I'll share some of the pictures with you and also make sure you follow me on social media because we've got some amazing content coming out from the event itself, which is amazing. So thank you very much for your patience. I hope everyone had a good weekend as well and a good trading week last week. It was a bit of a fairly inactive week for me in the trading space because I was flying from Wednesday, but I'm back this week fully for the whole week. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed today, we're going to get some good trades coming out of the markets, which it's a big week, guys. If you're unaware, it's NFP on Friday. Going to be a big one. I've looked at the forecast. We're going to look through some of the numbers this week in terms of what we expect and what that can mean for some of the biggest markets, what that can mean for gold, what that can mean for Forex, the dollar, stock market, etc. And I'm going to give you a full breakdown of that this week as well, and what my opinion is on some of these markets. So yeah, it's really good to be back. Got back late, early in the morning yesterday. So back in the office today. I'm just reading some of the chat now. I am back in the saddle, and looking forward to getting stuck into the charts this week. So let's do it. First of all, just wanted to say, I know there might be some people on the stream who were around during the event that we had in Bangkok last week. The event was on Saturday, really successful. Just to share some of the pictures with you. We hosted the seminar, everything about trading, trading Atmos, some really amazing giveaways, some really amazing discounts as well, and it was a really successful event. So if you are watching and you were from the event on Saturday, thank you very much for making it a really amazing experience to do a talk on the stage for a good hour or so with some amazing questions coming through as well. So yeah, really good stuff. So lots of content coming out on that in the next couple of weeks or so, which will be available on the Atmos social media channels and also on the Taurex and also on my social media channels as well. So make sure you give us a follow and you can follow our journey on that as well. Of course, I will give an update as well today on the mentorship. We do have a little bit of an update on that, so I will give you some updates on that, no problem. And I'm going to start running some polls on the live streams itself, just to get an idea of what it is that you want from the live stream. Often, obviously, when I come on, I'm talking about my trade ideas. I'm showing you how I trade and what I'm going to be trading. But also sometimes I'm aware that people will want answers to different things or want to look at different markets. So I always try and leave these streams as like a live Q&A thing as well. So if there are any markets you want me to cover, then either vote in the poll or drop it in the chat section, and I'll be more than happy to go through that with you. So good to see some amazing numbers on the streams coming through. Just to give you an update on that, obviously today we're doing another 20k giveaway on Atmos. So I'm going to be giving away 2 lots of $10,000 Atmos 2-phase funded challenges. It looks like as well, with the stream numbers going up, it's looking like I'm going to be able to up the giveaways. So if you can just go on my X profile, and you can repost and reshare on Instagram or on X the giveaway streams and get more people onto the streams. If we can get these stream numbers like up to say 300, 400, 500, consistently, then I'm going to be giving away more every single stream. So that is up to you guys to share this out with your friends or anyone who'd be interested in live trading sessions as well. So fantastic stuff. Okay. Just to quickly go through the chat, good to see you all. Thank you very much for tuning in today. We've got Smarty on the stream. He was our first comment on the stream today. I hope you're doing well, Smarty. Good to see you, my friend. WAP3 Verse, hello to you. Goldra, we've got Vishal, we've got Crick Mila, one of our winners previously. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. By the way, to win the giveaway, all you got to do, as you can see there, is comment win. There. Comment win on the chat section. That will put you into a live draw, and I'll do the live draw at the end. And all you then need to do is drop me a message on Discord or on X, wherever you came from, and send me a screenshot of so I can approve the username, or you can drop your username on the chat section and I'll message you. However you want to do that is up to you, no problem with me. Just make sure I can verify your username so people don't try and take the prizes when it's not theirs. We don't want that. Osama, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back. And yes, ready for another giveaway. We've got Bernardus on the stream as well. Who else? We've got Dan. We've got T minus on the stream. Hope you're doing well, sir. Good to see you, my friend. I saw your lottery win, Dan. So I hope you've been flipping that on gold. Good stuff. EMNM, good to see you. Hadassah, good to see you as well. Adrel, we've got Fatai on the stream as well. Good to see you, so I hope you're doing well. We've got the Cloud Kitchen, we've got Piyush, we've got Iman, we've got MH, we've got Mr. Chu, we've got Kineticor, we've got Amina, Percy's, Haviz, Bobby, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Benjamin, Haviz, loads of people on the stream. Good to see you. I always try and go through every single person who's on the stream and say hello and good morning to you. Youssef, hello to you. Good to see you. Day on. Sarah, hello to you as well. Good to see you. Dare King, Zarab, Ahmad Raza Harris, Zarab Brett, good to see you. Brett's put Brett in the chat. Maybe we should do the change the giveaways. Instead of commenting win, we're going to comment Brett. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. We've got Random Rush, hello to you. We've got Dare King, good to see you as well. Optimistic Star, Riz G, Danielle, we've got Annabelle, we've got Tario, we've got Blue Zone Trader, we've got Fahad, we've got Nikhil. Hello, good to see you. Yes, Nikhil, I will give you an update on the mentorship. Sushiman, Echo Vibe, Moyes Hussan, Dijar, Jane, Kirkton. Wow, good to see all the numbers. Really do appreciate that, guys. Aslam, good to see you. Apores, Wonder 19, Dijar, Ivan, Adolphus, Candid FX. Good to see you all. Thank you. Gabri, Patrick, good to see you. Kask, Thiepe, Kask, Naveen. Love 666, Maham Javed, hello to you as well. Jublia, good to see you. Marb, Amar, good to see you. Amar is one of our analysts over in Malaysia, guys. If you are from the area and you are and you're looking for an analyst or a coach or a mentor in the Malaysian area and you're Malay speaking, then look no further than Amar, one of our fantastic analysts over there. Good to see you, Amar. Thank you for joining. Hope you're doing well. Ink Storm, we've got on the stream today. We've got Nyam, we've got Korea, we've got Sher Khan. Breath. Good to see you all, and thank you very much for tuning in today. Keep the comments coming, guys. Keep the likes and keep the subscriptions coming. Remember, if you are a subscriber to the YouTube channel, then you will get double the chance to win on today's giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed. Smarty, yes, we'll take a look at cable. I've got my eyes on the dollar today. I think I'm going to be placing a trade right in front of you guys today on the dollar. So make sure you stick around because I'm actually going to be placing a trade for you on the dollar, which is really, really good. Naona, good to see you. Baby 8. Easton, good to see you as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look, hello to you all. I'll get back to the chat in a section. For now, let's have a quick look. What should we start with today? Let's just start very quickly. I think tomorrow I'm going to do like a real breakdown of NFP, but I just want to point you in the direction this week of where like the high impact news events are going to be, because we need to understand that. Of course, on Friday, it's the first Friday of the month, guys, which means we've got non-farm payrolls coming out. Look, the forecast is at 75k. It's pretty low. The forecast is pretty low. We're expecting the unemployment rate to tick higher as well. Average hourly earnings are expected to stay the same. My initial thoughts are that's a very low forecast. That could be beaten. That could mean dollar upside, of course. But as well, if we do see those sorts of figures, we could see some more dollar downside. So a lot is hanging in the balance on this NFP print. That's on Friday. Thursday, we've got unemployment claims and services PMI, job openings on Wednesday. It's a very US heavy week. ISM manufacturing PMIs as well. That's what's out today, and that's out for me at 6 p.m. That's the buy time, so whatever that time is for you. We have got ISM manufacturing PMI, excuse me, and that is expected to tick slightly higher up to 49, just to give you an idea of what these numbers mean for those who maybe don't understand what these numbers mean. When you get PMI data, you get a figure which is like above or below 50. So if it's above 50, it means expansion in that sector. So in simple terms, above 50 means expansion in the manufacturing PMIs, okay? In the manufacturing sector, sorry. Below 50 means contraction. It means that the manufacturing sector in the US is shrinking, okay? And that's not good for the economy. So let's make sure. Is it? What's going on? What's going on? It's going crazy. Hoo-hoo. Okay. Oh, man. Look at it. I was going to buy the dollar on today's stream. Man. Okay, right, guys. I don't know. I don't know exactly what's happened in the news. I've been prepping for the stream. I haven't seen what's come in. Has there been some news coming out, or is this just dollar strength coming through? Does anyone have any information on that? Sorry, guys. I didn't realise what was going on. Yes, it's going crazy. Um, I can't see. Normally, my financial juice would tell me. I don't see anything that's come out. Just quickly check Donald Trump's. Just quickly check his Twitter profile, guys, because it could be something he said, or this could just be. No, he's not tweeted anything. Guys, this is just the start of the UK 30 yield climbs to 5.6%, the highest since 1998. That could be the reason why. But this isn't a pound move. This is a dollar move, right? Look at the dollar. This is the dollar index. So this is where trading can be slightly frustrating, because my plan, and if you guys who have been on my streams for the last couple of weeks would know, I've been banging the drum on the dollar bull story. Everyone is down on the dollar. I think the dollar is primed for a move higher. Sometimes in trading, you're doing something and this happens, and this is just the nature. But I've learned over the years of experience, don't panic. Yeah, oh, it's going crazy. Oh, I need to get in. I need to get in. Just wait. This is good. This is actually really, really good. Because if you look at my analysis on the dollar, okay, and we just take a step back and look at things on the daily time frame. Do you remember my analysis? And I will go through this analysis every time when I come on the stream, because this is my base case for some really big moves coming in the next couple of months. The dollar has broken out. It has broken out bullishly from the yearly downward trend that started since February. I'm on the daily time frame. We've had a breakout above that trend line, a retest higher. I know I've said this before. Higher low, break of structure. Okay, this price action has been horrific. But look, we're still respecting this demand zone, which is on the 4-hour, and the daily demand zone, which is obviously this area here. We're respecting all of it, guys. And we had even more confluence, because yesterday, when the dollar made its move lower, okay, it actually swept last week's low. You see that? That wick below that candle? The wick below this low, sorry, that's a liquidity sweep. If this closes today as a bullish engulfing candle, which as it goes, it looks like it could. It might not, but it looks like it could. If this closes as a bullish engulfing candle, it's go time for me on the dollar. It was going to be go time for me right now. I was going to actually go on the charts and place a short trade on GBP USD and potentially on euro dollar. But look, if you marry that analysis up with euro dollar, and I'll take a look at gold as well, guys, because I know gold's broken out higher. Again, yearly uptrend, another yearly uptrend. Both of those trend lines, I know trend lines get a bit of stick, but nice breakdown below, break of structure, break below this low, break below this low. This is just a retracement higher. Look how the previous area, trend line here, which was previously support, look how it turned resistance. This looks really good for me. And look, fair value gap tested to the pip and now is moving lower. So I think euro dollar as well is a fantastic sell. I think GBP USD is a better sell. Unfortunately, I won't get in at a candle that looks like that, so I'm going to wait. We did have some fantastic trades last week. Do you remember? We placed trades on GBP USD. I made a couple of percent. If I go onto my trading history, GBP USD, look, where is it? MetaTrader. GBP USD, look, we've been selling it on the streams. I've actually been showing you. Look at the profit. You can see that on the one that's highlighted in front of you now. So we made some really nice profit. Unfortunately, I did get stopped out at entry because I was traded from here. So you see how I got stopped out at entry there, which is slightly frustrating, but the way it goes. So I'm now actively looking for more downside. So I'm just reading some of the comments in case anything's coming through. Okay, we're good. So yeah, look guys, I think this is just a bit of just general volatility to start, properly start the week. Monday, I don't really trade Mondays. Tuesdays when the moves start to come, and I think that we're going to see GBP USD come down towards 1.34, and if we can get a break below 1.34, that is what I'm going to look for. Okay, amazing stuff. Can we get an entry though? So this is sort of old analysis now. Really need to see where we can get the best entry now. Four to one. That's correct, Benedict. Yeah, that's exactly what's just happened. The thing is, this is just textbook. Look at that. Equal highs, liquidity, swept, closed below. Now we're getting the big move. My only problem is I don't normally, I don't trade. I used to. This for me feels a bit FOMO. It feels a bit like desperate to get in because you missed the initial move. So look, let's just be a little bit patient. Let's just wait to see where the dollar closes today on the daily candle. Okay, then we can make a decision on the best entry for GBP USD. But this is shaping up for me to be my main trade of September, because we're on the 2nd of September, so it's a new month. This is shaping up for me to be my main trade for the next month or so, and that is dollar upside, at least up to 100.25, so the top of the range that we saw. I would love to see that. That would be a really fantastic move. And we're going to look at gold in a second, guys, because gold's obviously, I imagine, falling a little bit. Yeah, from the stronger dollar. Yep. So gold creates well, as we know, gold has been trading, stuck in this range for quite some time. We've said that on quite a lot of streams. However, oh look, I didn't flip me. So good luck. Yeah, it's better. Okay, with gold, here's what I would do on gold if it was me. What you have to look at when you look at markets is, obviously, gold price is in what we trade is dollar denominated. Yes, so it's affected by the US dollar. There's a lot of other factors in play when it comes to gold. However, it is affected by the dollar. However, when you look at that chart with your eyes, I'm not even asking you to be like some guru who knows everything about technical analysis. Look at the chart with your eyes and say, okay, when it comes to dollar-related pairs, what looks a better sell? Like what looks better to take advantage of dollar strength? Does that make sense? What looks better to take advantage of dollar strength? That's what I always say. I think the dollar's going higher. What's the best market to trade? Well, look, GU looks great. EU looks great. Gold doesn't look that great because it looks much more bullish, right? There's obviously other factors in play with gold, right? So here's what I would suggest. If the dollar is going to strengthen, as I expect it to, then we should play Euro dollar and GBP USD downside rather than gold downside, because the structure is much clearer to the downside. However, there's a backup plan. If the dollar turns bearish and it breaks below my key zones, which I showed you in the daily demand zone. If the dollar breaks below that, this then opens up the door for gold prices to have a rally up to 3,700 if gold breaks down below that demand zone. I can give you a sell trade idea. I can give you some sell analysis now on gold, and you might know where I'm going with this. What I would look to do is wait for today's candle to close on gold. If gold closes below the all-time high, we can class this here as a liquidity sweep, okay? However, you see this previous resistance? That would probably become the area in which gold falls back to. So let's call it, to be safe, 3450. And we're at 3482. There's not much in it, really. That would be where I put my take profit if I was going to sell, personally. That's what I would do. So you can play the rotation of gold back down towards that area, or back down into if we get a bit lucky, back into the middle of the range if the dollar really gains strength. Or what we can do, I mean, that is what I'll do. That is what I'll do. This would be a textbook buy-side liquidity sweep trade. We look at it on a lower time frame. Yeah. The thing is about the light, there's no sign of a break in structure yet. I'm on the 15-minute time frame, guys. Oh, trading view's been a nightmare. Probably what I'd wait for, if you was going to confirm the downward pressure on gold, is I'd wait for gold to fall down below this low, have a retest maybe of this area, okay, and then look to go lower. However, you have to pick your pairs correctly. And for me, if the dollar's going to gain loads of strength, yes, I believe gold will fall. However, do I believe gold will fall more aggressively than I think euro dollar and pound dollar will fall? No, I don't. So I would rather play the Forex pairs. Because what Smarty says in the chat there is it's pretty much bang on. Gold is definitely more bullish than what euro dollar and pound dollar is right now, just structurally. So my answer to that is no. I would not. I would not actively look to sell gold just yet. In fact, so I wouldn't actively look to rebuy gold just yet. Let's just see what happens with the dollar. But yeah, that would be the way that I would look to trade it essentially. Okay, DAX. No, let's just quickly go back. Just stay on the dollar for just a second, because dollar yen is also making a play. However, the price action is just horrific. I think with dollar yen, the thing that would put me off buying dollar yen in comparison to selling euro dollar is I read something a minute ago. One of the Bank of Japan. Let me open it. Bank of Japan's Himino says, as for the timing of the rate hike, all I can say is that we want to ensure it's not premature and not too late. If the economy and price moves in line with the forecast, the Bank of Japan is expected to raise rates gradually. So what we've got a situation there is actually potentially yen strength. If the Bank of Japan start to hike rates, we may see some Japanese yen strength. That's the risk, I think. So I think dollar yen in terms of buying, I think I'd still rather sell pound. I'd still rather sell cable than buy dollar yen. But it looks pretty good. I mean, to at least come and grab 149, which is about 60 pips. but also potentially there's a move up to 151 coming, which is about 300 pips, which is obviously a nice move. So if you can catch that, great. I personally will be looking for the volatility index as well. Sorry, I went a bit off track there, but see how the volatility spiked 3% today. As that volatility spike's occurring, you can start to see the stock market fall from the all-time highs. What else was on the agenda? Sorry, guys, I'm just reading some of the chat. Gold, gold, gold. We love gold. DAX. The stock market is an interesting one because, from what I'm seeing, like especially on the DAX, does it not look to you like we've seen quite a lot of resistance at the all-time highs? Have we come as far as we can go for now? And are we going to see a move down to, what area was that? Something I tagged last week, I think. 1 hour. Yeah, nice. I like this. I think what we're seeing in the stock market is potentially a move down to this demand zone. We could see that. Either way, I think there's maybe some more downside in the DAX coming, to be honest with you. Don't see much in here which is going to stop the price. We've seen resistance at these areas as well. Like the bullish momentum has faded at these all-time highs. So I think we could be seeing a bit of a correction coming. And I think it's the same for the stock market as well. I think you might, those of you who are switched on the stream, can probably see that potentially even forming head and shoulders here on the Nasdaq. See that? So it'd be interesting to see what happens should we get a breakdown below the neckline of the head and shoulders, and then potentially even lower in the stock market. Healthy correction, right? Because you look at it on the daily time frame, it has quite clearly made a new all-time high. Now, what is the risk here? People might be asking why the stock market is falling at the moment. If you didn't know, I'm going to tell you a secret. Did you know that when the stock market has seen some of the biggest corrections in history, it's been when the Federal Reserve have signalled cuts, often around a Jackson Hole? The biggest stock market crashes in history have come after the Federal Reserve signals interest rate cuts. Why? And I've said this before. I can even probably find you the graph. Can I find it? Maybe we'll talk a little bit about it more tomorrow. I'll find the graph for you, but I'll explain it to you. Give me 2 seconds. I want to find it for you. Pretty sure I posted it on LinkedIn once. Two seconds. Give me a second, guys. Come on, I've got it somewhere. Come on, I can find it. Where is it? Haha! Found it. Oh, come on, surely I can zoom in a bit far. Sorry if that's a bit small, guys. I will try and get the actual picture up. Hopefully you can see that a little bit clearer. Yeah? See that now? Okay. So since 1981, the biggest stock market crashes, 1981 to 1982, 2000 to 2002, 2007 to 2009, 2019 to 2020, COVID, 2025, right? This is the S&P 500, okay? And this along the bottom is the path of interest rates in the US, right? So, when the Federal Reserve in 2000, and let's just ignore 1980s, right? When the Federal Reserve in 2000 and 2000, the dot-com bubble thing, we saw a 51% crash in the S&P 500, right? It was at that time when the Fed cut rates that we saw the move lower in the stock market. You can see that correlated, right? Because the economy was crashing and they needed to cut rates. Again, 2007 to 2009, global financial crisis, very, very famous crash in stock market history. The Federal Reserve signals interest rate cuts, right? Comes in and says we're going to start cutting rates because we're seeing weakening in the economy. S&P 500 falls 58%. 2019 to 2020, COVID, essentially. Federal Reserve starts cutting rates when COVID was crashing the world and everything was, we were all going to die and everything was bad. Federal Reserve signals interest rate cuts. S&P 500 falls 35%. 2025, Jackson Hole, August. Federal Reserve for the first time signals interest rate cuts, and Jerome Powell says there's some concern about the trajectory of the US economy because of the tariffs, because of the war, because of the immigration policies, etc. We now got a week where NFP's come in, right? Let's say NFP comes in at a really low figure and unemployment goes higher. Is that, and I'm playing devil's advocate here, I'm not saying this is necessarily going to happen, but I'm just saying it's good to be aware of the risk. Are we starting to see an early indication? Stock market blasts to all-time highs. Everyone's bullish again, including me, and I still am, really. But there's a risk here. If the data starts to fall, like the jobs data on Friday starts to fall, and the Federal Reserve start cutting because they have to cut, could we see a big crash in the stock market? What do we think, guys? It's an interesting one, isn't it? Yes, you can have my link to my LinkedIn link. Of course you can. You'll be able to see my content on there. So I'm just keeping that one in my back pocket. The reason that I'm not fully sold on that theory at the moment is because the reason I'm not fully sold on that theory yet is because I'm not seeing enough evidence that the stock market, that the economy is crashing. There isn't a substantial amount of evidence to suggest that we're going to see massive falls in the economy in terms of the data yet. But if it does start happening, I'll be the first to tell you guys. And you could make some serious money short in the stock market, or you can make some serious money buying it back up when it eventually does recover again. So it'll be an interesting one. I'm going to sit out and see how this plays. NFP on Friday is massive. And yes, correct. Should we see the stock market crash, that will flood the safe haven aspect of gold, and gold to 5k. That could potentially be the case. You might be right there. All right then. Any other markets, guys, anyone wants me to cover? Drop it in there now. Give me a market and I'll cover it. Oh, look at GU. Still going. This is a strange move. I know we've had that news from the UK 30-year yield, but this is honestly, I have alarm bells when this sort of thing happens. It screams out to me insider information, something we don't know, something that's not been released to the public yet. Why is the dollar gaining that much strength that's this quickly on a Tuesday morning? Dollar isn't the US session hasn't even opened yet. Big moves coming in, and it's fairly risk off. The VIX is up 4%. The volatility index is up 4%. Gold obviously is up slightly higher, but it's being dragged down by the dollar rise, and the stock market's down 0.5, 0.6%. So it makes me wonder if there's something going on in the background that I'm not too sure of. Swiss franc, Japanese yen. Yeah, sure. Give me a second. We'll do the giveaway soon, guys. Remember, comment win, and it will put you into a live draw at the end of this stream. This is how you know it's a risk off start to the day. I'm not saying it's going to be a risk off day, but a risk off start to the day, because the Swiss franc is a safe haven currency. So in times of economic stress or in times of economic uncertainty or market uncertainty, we see flows into currencies like the Swiss franc. So when I look at Swiss franc, Japanese yen, nice breakout on the 4-hour time frame. This looks really nice. I've not just drawn this demand zone, I had this drawn already. I'm not a trader of this market, okay? However, if I was, I'd have just made a lot of money. Look at that. See that demand zone? Watch me as I'm scrolling. Now look. Not bad, eh? Again, I would not trade this just yet, personally, because we could be running into some resistance here. So I think this, like, for example, for example, I would have bought Swiss franc, Japanese yen, I would have probably put my personal take profit at 185.2, and we're at 185, so it's only got 20 more pips in it. So I wouldn't buy it now. However, there is a fairly good chance, that we see a breakout above this and then potentially a move up to 187 if we continue to see the risk off. I don't know where the risk off is coming from. That's the thing. So it's more of a difficult one. I don't know where it's coming from. Because it feels institutional, this move. That's what I'm looking. I'm looking for. Yeah, the DAX is down 1% as well. I think there's more downside coming in the DAX, Curtin, to be fair. And remember, don't get too wrapped up, especially in the stock market when it's falling 0.6, 0.7 or 1%. I think it's a bit of profit taking from the all-time highs. I think it's very natural. So we could see a 5 or 6% fall in the stock market, but it's still, overall, it's still got a bullish structure. So don't get too, wrapped up in it, sort of thing. So the reason why the USD is gaining strength, from what I see, I'm skeptical, thinking that it's in some insider information because there's no news that's been released, essentially. So the only thing that I can attribute it down to is this. Technical. I think it could just be a technical move. We're seeing the dollar rise from the areas that I've had tagged for the last few weeks. That's what I'm going to tell myself anyway. My news analysis for today, because the only high impact news that we've got coming out today in the calendars is the ISM manufacturing PMIs. I don't think it's going to be a groundbreaking news event. However, we are expecting ISM manufacturing to tick a little bit higher, up to 49. So if we do see that, some improvement in the manufacturing data, that will feed the dollar bull story. However, should we see a drop in the manufacturing PMIs, that will probably reverse some of the move that we're currently seeing in the dollar today, and some profit taking towards the end of the day. And in terms of the rest of the week, for NFP, I'll give you a full rundown and a full breakdown in tomorrow's stream for NFP. It's actually a public holiday on Friday in Dubai, otherwise I would have been streaming it. But I do have some exciting news on that. We're going to look to start covering live events as they come out and doing big giveaways. So for example, what we're potentially looking for is we're looking to do an NFP special stream every month, and during the NFP special stream we'll give away 100k in Atmos challenges. What do you think about that? Big stream, like a big 2-hour stream where I'll cover the event, etc. Cover the breakdown, maybe do a bit of trading. Well, definitely do a bit of trading, and we'll give away 100k on the stream. How's that sound? Okay then, guys. We're up to nearly 400 on the stream, which is fantastic. Give us 100 more, and I'll up the giveaways. An NFP special stream indeed. Quick update on the mentorship. So my course is in edit. So I've just had the first lesson of the module back from the editor. So obviously with some improvements. Given those improvements back, I'll get the first video back. And once I'm happy with how it looks, because I want it to look great, they'll be following that same editing structure throughout the course. What I'm looking to do now is we're going to be looking to launch the educational hub platform, where we're going to be hosting, where we're going to be having my course on there. My strategies are going to be released, etc. That still is in the plan, and potentially the EAs as well that I've pretty much 95% built, or my code has helped or done most of it. Built 95% of those, so we're going to look to see what we can do with those EAs as well, because I'm currently using them, currently testing them, and they're working well. So that's going to be in the pipeline. So we're probably looking at a timeline of about, I hope, 6 weeks, and the course will be ready to be distributed to anyone who wants access to it. And no, I won't be charging thousands for the course. In fact, the course it's all free apart from one module, which is my strategies module, because I'm not going to give away my strategies for free. I've worked hard on them, but I get to say at the same time, it's not going to be really expensive to buy. All right then, people. Okay. Giveaway time. 300 entries. 300 entries today, which is amazing. So thank you very much for the comments. As I said, 4 prizes today. 2 lots of 10k Atmos 2-phase funded challenges, and also 2 lots of 50% deposit bonuses into Taurex. If you are a winner today, there's 2 ways in which you can claim the prize. The first way is by simply commenting your Discord username or your X handle, depending on where you came from, and I'll message you on how you can claim the prize. All of last week's winners have been credited. The second way in which you can claim the prize is by messaging me on Discord or X, depending on where you came from. However, if you are doing that, you will need to verify and prove that your username on YouTube matches up, and I need to see a screenshot of your comment. So good luck to those who are entered. I'm going to end the poll now in the stream as well, which is fantastic. 223 votes in today's poll. Amazing. Thank you. So good luck to those who are involved in the live giveaway. We've got 310 entries now, guys. I'm going to give it one more minute for people to get their last minute entries in. And I do wish everyone the best of luck in today's giveaway. Okay, so guys, the first winner of the 10,000 two-phase Atmos challenge is Top G Saragini. Top G has won one of the top prizes. Well done to you, Top G Saragini. Smarties, because although there's 43 people watching currently live, people have dropped in and out of the stream the whole time. We're up to nearly 400 people who have viewed this stream in total. So well done to you, Top G Saragini. You have won today's 10k funded two-phase Atmos challenge. The second winner of that prize, which is another 10k account, is Zariab Infinix 7. Congratulations to you. You have won today's second prize, which is the 10k funded challenge, two-phase challenge, on Atmos. Well done to you. Fantastic start to the week, especially with this volatility coming. You can catch them, hopefully do well on this. Okay. Second of all, we've now got 2 lots of 50% deposit bonuses into Taurex. The winners of those, and just explain how that works. If you decided to deposit into Taurex, the brokerage, whenever you'd like, from what you've won on today's stream, we'll give you 50%. We'll give you 50% on top of the deposit you put in, up to $250. So if you deposited $500, we'd give you $750 on top. And the winners of that is Orbix and Don Young, the 2 winners of our 50% deposit bonus. Please give me a message or drop your usernames in the chat section, and I will credit you with those prizes. 410 on the stream today. That's amazing. Leave it with me, and what I will do is I'll go up to the people above me and I'll say, look, these guys are pushing my streams and we really appreciate that, and as a result we're going to be looking to give away more prizes. So keep on the streams, follow me on social media. You can follow me on Instagram, which is Connor Woods Trading. And you can also follow me on X, which is at Woods Trading. There's my Instagram, if anyone wants to give me a follow on there. And also you can follow me on X if you wish. They're probably my 2 main social medias that I use. And I'll be providing updates. And also in the description, you'll see the link to our Discord channels where we'll get sort of updates on mentorship and stuff like that. No problem, Zarabi Infinix. Well done. Thank you very much, Addison. Smiling. Thank you very much for following me on there. Appreciate it. All right, then, everybody. Good stuff. That's it for today's stream then. Tomorrow I'll be back with another round of giveaways because we're away on Friday, and yeah, that'll be my final stream of this week. When I come back the following week, leave it with me. Keep an eye on my social medias and I'll look to up the prizes on the giveaways thanks to the amazing interaction that we're getting. Until next time, until tomorrow, hope everyone has a good trading day. If you do need me, I'll be active on Discord and you can ask me any questions that you need. And until then, trade well, trade safe, and I'll see you all shortly.